With and like students.
Typically, doctoral gowns are the most elaborate, and they are always distinguished by the three velvet chevrons that they on each side. Master's and bachelor's gowns are generally black, with the master's gown displaying long, square-cut tails on the sleeves as opposed to the bachelor gown, which has pointed or straight-cut sleeves. Hoods are always lined with the color of the conferring institution. Your satin stole is CUNYBA blue, the color of the ocean and sky, and associated with wisdom and inspiration. You'll also note that some students are wearing additional honor cords. The gold honor cord recognizes the students who have received our most prestigious scholarship, the Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship. The silver honor cords recognize leadership and are worn by the students on the Student Leadership Council Executive Board. Another very interesting ritual symbol is the mace, a symbol of authority that I am charged to carry in my role as Grand Marshal. The symbolic mace has been used in ceremonial occasions stemming from medieval England, where the mace was held by the mace bearer or bodyguard to assist or perhaps protect the dignitaries at ceremonial functions. So you saw me bring that in, so I don't want anybody fooling with me, all right? Today's mace, the Graduate Center mace, is made of solid wood and is the oldest of the Graduate Center commencement artifacts. Designed in 1967 by the Dean of Administration, Marilyn McCuskey, it was used in the Grad Center's first commencement back then, when the Grad Center was known as the Graduate Division. The design of this mace is made of 5 elements. The design of this mace is made of 5 elements, symbolic of the 5 boroughs of New York City. When we reverse the mace and we take the top and we turn it into the base and we hold it up and we look at it now, what you might notice is that you can end up seeing what? A skyscraper, okay? Okay, a skyscraper, which is calling forth the images of the New York City skyline and representing the heart of where you have studied, learned, and explored. Okay, for sure, the uniqueness of this Graduate Center mace is certainly apropos of the CUNY BA. Another symbol is the President's Medallion, excuse me, okay, that you see President Gorell wearing today. Okay. It is only worn on very special occasions like today. Its simple metal rectangle with the name the Graduate Center is placed vertically to again represent the skyscraper skyline of New York. Lastly, in addition to the US, New York State, and New York City flags, you'll see two gonfalons, or long banners suspended from a crossbar, which add quite an element of color and pageantry to the ceremony. Displaying these gonfalons at important events also comes from an ancient tradition dating back to community meetings in medieval Florence, Italy, where each neighborhood displayed its own gonfalone, or flag, which often showed a coat of arms. Today, we celebrate with these two gonfalons, the Graduate Center gonfalon and a new addition to this year's commencement, the CUNY BA gonfalon. Okay, this CUNY BA banner features laurel leaves, a symbol of victory, which you'll hear more about later, and a poetic CUNY BA motto, Esse sui generis, okay, which means to be of one's own sort, and describes the mission and aspirations of CUNY BA students to follow their own path, or according to Merriam-Webster, meaning constituting a class alone, unique. So now that I have made you all sit through a lecture on medieval traditions and symbols, please remember this moment fondly as being your very last lecture as an undergraduate CUNY BA student. And don't worry, even though I'm a faculty professor, there will be no exam at the end of the ceremony, so don't worry about that. Finally, moving forward, now it is my great pleasure to state the most important reason that we are gathered here together today, which is for the 2023 commencement exercises of the City University of New York Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies. Come on, CUNY BA students, are you ready? Are you ready? So now, with your permission, President Gorell, may we commence with the ceremony, the official ceremony. I now ask for you to please rise, all of you, if you are able, for the national anthem, which will be sung by our own June 2023 graduating CUNY BA student, Rolanda E. Brown.
See by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in, yeah, through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you for that beautiful rendition, Rolanda. And thank you for sharing your musical talent as a CUNY BA student. You represent this great program so well. Let's hear it again for Rolanda. So after that performance, and really all of this, I have to ask you all, aren't CUNY BA students the most talented undergraduates in the whole CUNY-wide system? Give yourselves a round of applause. Today's commencement exercises will be conducted by the program's academic director, Dr. Jody Clark-Weissman. Dr. Clark-Weissman.
Thank you, Dr. Carroll. Thank you for being our marshal today and serving as our leadership of our governance committee. We really appreciate your leadership. I am pleased to invite to the podium President Robin Gorell to offer greetings on behalf of the Graduate Center. A renowned STEM scholar and academic leader committed to public education, President Gorell received her undergraduate degree, just like you all are receiving today, in biochemistry from Cornell and her PhD in macromolecular science and engineering from the University of Michigan. She holds the distinction of being the first female faculty member in the chemistry department at the University of Pittsburgh. After leadership positions at UCLA, she joined the CUNY Graduate Center as president in 2020. President Gorell.
Thank you, Jody, and welcome graduate speakers and guests to the CUNY Graduate Center campus. We are the administrative home of the CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies, which we all know as the CUNY BA. And on this day, we celebrate the achievements of our graduates and express our appreciation to the family and friends who've supported their success in reaching this milestone. Graduates, your studies have taken you to campuses throughout the CUNY system, each of you following your own unique path. What each of you has in common is boldness, a spirit of inquiry, and the ability to synthesize knowledge across disciplines. The arc of your degree program has been designed and directed by you. As graduates, each of you, with your unique education, is empowered to have an impact, whatever career path you follow. With your interdisciplinary training, you can foster innovations in technology and healthcare and sustainability. You can fight for equality and social justice in law and psychology and public policy. And many CUNY BA alums have gone on to pursue advanced degrees here at the Graduate Center. Here we are committed to research and scholarship for the public good, and we invite you to consider following in their footsteps now or later in your careers. Graduates, you've shown remarkable academic ability and promise. What an extraordinary array of interests your work has encompassed, from animation to neurobiology, from theater studies to urban economic policy. Your areas of concentration span a remarkable range. Yet in pursuing these diverse interests, you've had the support of your friends and family, many of whom are here today, and you've benefited from the wise counsel of your academic advisors. And you've had the assistance and encouragement of the CUNY BA Graduate Fellows. These are PhD candidates here at the Graduate Center who organize events and workshops and plan professional development programs and help guide student research. Support has also come in the form of scholarships funded by donors who believe in the potential of CUNY-BA students to better their own lives and make a difference in the world. Generous donations from friends such as Thomas W. Smith, who joins us today, allow the CUNY-BA program to provide such opportunities. Thank you to all of our friends and donors. And we know that scholarship support has been especially important to the students who are graduating today. These students have reached this milestone in the face of unusual adversity. You've surmounted the challenges of earning a degree during the COVID-19 pandemic. In the face of isolation, disconnection, and personal challenges and family challenges, you gained new ideas, crucial career skills, you advanced social justice, and promoted novel ways to address pressing problems. You've learned about your own passions as well as your drive and your ingenuity. We know your CUNY-BA experience will propel you into extraordinary opportunities that you will seize with fearlessness, with resilience, and with imagination. You've already have an impressive record of accomplishments. We can't wait to see what you do next. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Gurel. Next, I invite trustee and chair of the University Faculty Senate, John Berzani, to the podium to offer greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. Good morning, President Garrell, Provost Everett, Dean Brian Peterson, Jody Weissman, Academic Director, distinguished guests, faculty, members, parents, families, and most importantly, the CUNY-BA graduating class of 2023. It's my great honor to be here today on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York as the faculty representative to the board through my position of chair of the University Faculty Senate. Class of 2023, we are here to celebrate a significant milestone in your lives, the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. This moment is a testament to your resilience, strength, and unwavering commitment to your education. You are the pride of CUNY and the pride of New York, the trustees and the faculty, and we are all enormously proud of the class of 2023. Graduates, you have earned a priceless degree from CUNY, and don't let the value of that degree go unnoticed. This past week, the board has been caught up in outrage over remarks made at a graduation earlier this spring. The central theme was, there are systems in place that may not benefit all equally, and CUNY law students should work to make them more equitable. However, the inclusion of politics led to a response that can be summarized in a single term: defund CUNY. And why? Because it takes away the value of the voice that you have collectively and those of the graduates to come after you. Muting your voice is of value to some, amplifying your voice is of value to CUNY. So thankfully, it is your generation that decides what will be on the right side of history moving forward. Think hard about what you want, try not to get distracted by transient noise, and make the necessary changes happen and fight unnecessary changes being pushed. Now that applies to all CUNY graduates. However, you CUNY-BA graduates are a special lot. You already know how to go about making what you want happen. There is nothing easy about navigating the challenges, the times, and your degree path put up for you, the disruption of the pandemic, the travails of e-permit, the multiple campuses to work within. I should have paused on that one. The open-ended nature of your studies, you not only overcame the challenges, you crushed it. Last year, as a brand new trustee, I was assigned to speak at the CUNY-BA ceremony, and what a treat it was for me. I was so impressed by the assembly of talented and ambitious graduates and their creative degree choices. And this year, I eagerly lobbied to be here today, so I selfishly thank you for making my day. As you look to the future, engage in your communities, speak up for those who cannot serve your city and your fellow New Yorkers with pride and integrity, and never underestimate the power of kindness and empathy in a world that can be often divided. Choose compassion and stand up for what is right. On behalf of the CUNY Board of Trustees, I extend my very best wishes for a bright and successful future. Go get them, class of 2023.
Thank you, Trustee Verzani. Welcome, honored guests, CUNY Vice Chancellor James Gallo, and from the CUNY Board of Trustees, Trustee and University Faculty Chair John Verzani, President Robin Gorell, who you met, Dean Brian Peterson from the Graduate Center. Welcome, faculty, staff, student leaders, graduates, and your loved ones. A special welcome, special shout out to our compassionate patron / guardian angel, Thomas W. Smith, who supports our students and our program. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome, class of 2023. Welcome, you entrepreneurial innovators, world changers. You are a brave, impressive group. I'm Jody Clark-Weissman, in case you don't know me by face. My first time at a CUNY BA graduation 10 years ago impressed me with the array of degrees students had created for themselves. So it's my honor 10 years later to be here my first time as academic director of the program. I give deep gratitude, thank you, deep gratitude to the former directors, Doctors Kim Hartswick, who is here, and Teresa Kermey. As I thought about today, and anytime I work on a special event, I always turn to the words of Maya Angelou, who said, people will forget what you tell them, but they'll remember how you made them feel. So I thought, how do I want these graduates to feel today? And as cliche as it sounds, I want you to feel proud, astounded even at what you have accomplished throughout a pandemic, across CUNY, dealing with e-permit. And we are so excited that your loved ones have joined us today. We want you to feel cared for, to feel seen for what you are, extraordinary. So, class of 2023, congratulations. You'll be hearing a lot more on that later, but we must start by thanking the people who got you here. Your families, friends, partners, fellow students, faculty and faculty mentors, advisors, children, donors, and others. Let us take a moment, if your loved ones were able to be here in this room with us today, as well as to think about those important people in your lives who couldn't be here today. If you're able to stand and look at them, or wave at the camera as we're live streaming, or some way that you can send your love and gratitude. Please be seated. Now we can officially start. A very special thank you to the faculty mentors and to the CUNY BA staff and volunteers for their work this year and for the many months of preparation that goes into this moment right now. As you heard from Dr. Carroll, commencement ceremonies are rich in symbolism. You will forever have the CUNY BA symbols connected to you in your regalia, in your diploma, and figuratively too, in the ways your self-designed education have shaped you. This year, as we reflect on our over 50 years of history, we saw that the name of our newsletter in the 1990s, published on actual paper, was called The Laureate. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, a laureate is a person who is honored with an award for outstanding creative or intellectual achievement. You are laureates. Congratulations on your extraordinary achievements, right? Let's think about back to the beginning of you starting your CUNY experience. For some of you, it may be fall 2019, for those of you who are on a direct four-year path, or longer, much longer, or less time for some of you. You had maybe one semester or more under your belt when the world didn't so much as shut down as felt like it crumpled in upon itself. It was almost like there was this giant flood leaving us on these tiny isolated islands around the world. Yet you were able to connect with CUNY BA with a faculty mentor and work across multiple campuses. Some of these students went to almost as many as 8 CUNY campuses to get their degrees. and selecting from thousands of CUNY courses to create your own educational path. Your education could only have been achieved at the City University of New York. There is no place like New York City and no place like CUNY. No other place in the country, or maybe even the world, offers such a variety of academic opportunities. Throughout this chaos, you made it. My favorite interpretation of chaos is this sort of primordial soup from which the world was made. You have taken chaos and made it something really, truly extraordinary. You've created your own major, which makes for a great story in an interview, a graduate school application, or a dinner party conversation. You are unique and one of a kind, as our Latin motto states, esse sui generis. In other words, being of your own sort or in a class of your own. You've accomplished something unique at CUNY, or as I like to say, you're CUNYque. Thank you for that one. Dad jokes, am I right? As you have earned your celebration. You see many laurel leaves, as Dr. Carroll pointed out, a symbol of CUNYBA on our banner and on the program. In addition to your creative and intellectual achievements, this represents a laurel leaf crown that in ancient Rome symbolized a military victory. Maybe you had to fight some battles to be here today. COVID, working many hours, the bus, subway, the ferry, all three. You have sharpened your grit, your drive, those qualities that unite to form your CUNY superpower. We celebrate your victories today. In a few weeks, we will be giving you a small gift, a circular lapel pin imprinted with a wreath of laurel leaves and CUNYBA. We encourage you to wear it with pride. My favorite thing Abraham Lincoln never said applies to you. The quote is misattributed to him, but it's a great quote. And that is, you can't predict the future, you have to invent it. You have created a future forward education. In fact, it is really important at this moment to understand that the CUNY Baccalaureate was invented for times exactly like these. The Harvard Business School describes the world now as VUCA, V-U-C-A, a landscape that is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And in 1990, one of the very first programs of its kind, the then CUNY chancellor wrote a white paper describing the turbulent times that motivated the creation of this program. Times of war, times of social unrest and social change, and the need for faster innovation. Certainly all still relevant today. It is a time of opportunity for you, laureates. Your CUNYBA self-creation process has prepared you to face challenges that will require you to be creative, resourceful, and resilient. These are qualities that will serve you well. You are prepared for societal and intellectual challenges. Let me talk to your families and fans for a second. Let me tell you how amazing this group is. Of the 90 2022-23 graduates, 70% have achieved Latin honors. In addition, we have a Fulbright winner. Noam Gao received a Fulbright Study Research Award to complete a master's in smart cities and urban informatics. We have 2 Gilman Award winners to study abroad, Saida Tabassum to study in Copenhagen, and Hajar Bursi to study in South Korea. For graduate programs, we have Edith Hughes, whose concentration was in dimensions of loss and death. She was accepted into both Columbia and NYU schools of social work. She'll be attending NYU with a very large scholarship. Emily Chaperon will be pursuing a master's in social work at Smith College. Lucas Arnold, after looking at critical race studies and the STEM sector, will be pursuing a master's in engineering computer science at Columbia University. Christina Marks will be doing a PhD in art history at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And you've also shared with us some meaningful work opportunities. Nafir Rahman, after interning at NASA, yes, that NASA, accepted a full-time offer with MIT as a software engineer in the Lincoln Laboratory. And you have received recognition of service. For example, Taikwa Sumter received recognition from New York State Senator Cordell Cleary for significant impact on community and for work with violence and crisis management. You'll hear more about some amazing CUNY BA students later. As you receive more awards, more graduate school acceptances, please let us know. We'd love to tell your stories. Now, I know I'm supposed to leave you with a couple of words of advice, but it's not really advice. It's more of a reiteration or confirmation of things you already know. I know you're going to keep learning. That's already checked. That's already in your CUNY BA DNA. But I want you to know what I wish I had known when I graduated, and that is it's okay to wander. You may not know exactly what you're doing. You may not find it right away, and that's okay. I myself landed in New York City during an economic downturn and massive layoffs with my newly printed English degree in hand, with no idea with what I was going to do. And I took a job in advertising. And when I figured out what I wanted to do to work in higher education, that experience, those skills helped open doors for me. I only later realized that those detours are valuable. Each experience you have is like a rock, building a foundation for future work in your career that you don't even know what it is yet, might not even exist. Next, accept the love and success. In other words, know your worth. You heard the part before what I said about your creative, resourceful, and resilience, your CUNY superpowers. And lastly, never forget the power of community. You had the support of your friends, family, professors, peers, advisors, your donor angels giving you financial support, and you have the CUNY BA forever. We're here for you. If you're applying to graduate school or fellowships, we can help. If you celebrate milestones, please let us know. Cheap plug, connect with each other and us through our LinkedIn group. We really, really love hearing from you. We hope the CUNY BA community has served you well. Also, don't forget to fill out your senior survey. So to all of you entrepreneurial innovators, world changers, I say congratulations. And I can't wait to see the incredible things you'll accomplish in the years to come. The world needs your vision, your uniqueness, and your courage more than ever. I have no doubt that you will make a profound and lasting impact in ways you can't even imagine yet. We are honored to play a part in your education. Thank you and congratulations again. It's now a pleasure to introduce the faculty mentor chosen to speak on behalf of CUNY BA mentors, Dr. Christine Vetrano. Dr. Vetrano is an associate professor of philosophy at Brooklyn College. She has published numerous articles and books on happiness and well-being, including The Nature and Value of Happiness and Happiness and Goodness, Philosophical Reflections on Living Well, co-written with Stephen Kahn. She is currently working on a book that examines the concept of a successful life. Sounds like she has given a lot of thought to things she can share with us today. Please welcome today's faculty mentor, Dr. Vetrano.
Thank you. I am delighted to be here today representing the CUNY BA faculty mentors, and I'm thrilled to be able to applaud our esteemed graduates. I'd like to start with just a quick thank you to the Graduate Center and CUNY administrators. And most importantly, congratulations to you, the distinguished CUNY BA graduates of the class of 2023. You did it. So according to Aristotle, only a philosophy professor would start a graduation speech like that, but please bear with me. It'll get better, I promise. According to Aristotle, all human beings are pursuing what he called the greatest good, or summum bonum, which is our telos, or a purpose that we all share. And he identified that greatest good with happiness. I don't think we organize our lives today around the idea of a greatest good or telos, but I do think we all share an important goal, and that is the desire to be successful. But how does one achieve success? I think most people associate being successful with having a high-paying job that enables you to buy lots of expensive things, which show other people just how successful you are. And perhaps it also involves achieving a certain level of fame or notoriety. I think we tend to measure success in terms of these external markers. But what if our beliefs about success are all wrong? I've been thinking a lot about success lately, and I suspect many of our common sense assumptions are mistaken because one can tick all of the boxes I just mentioned: secure a high-paying job, receive promotions, buy lots of nice things, become relatively famous, and yet be miserable. And if you're miserable, can we really say that your life has been a success? What I think gets left out of our common sense understanding of success, and this brings us back to Aristotle, is the importance of happiness. And happiness is not external, it's internal. You can have all the external goods in the world, but without happiness, it's not clear what value any of them possess. So I would argue that how you feel internally, that is how satisfied you are with your life, is at least as important as what you do externally. It's no great secret that money can't buy you happiness, but it's also true, yet often overlooked, that money can't buy success either. I believe happiness is the key to living a successful life, but how do we achieve happiness? Here we can turn to Aristotle for guidance once again, for he reminds us that happiness isn't an end state or goal you're trying to reach, like when you eat something to satisfy your hunger. When you're hungry, feeling full is the end goal or state you're trying to reach. Once you get there, once you feel full, you stop eating, hopefully, unless it's delicious, in which case you probably keep going. Instead, we should think about happiness as an activity. It comes about through the pursuit of your aims and projects. Unlike feeling full, it's not a state you're trying to reach. Rather, it's something that you're constantly working towards. To illustrate, we could draw a comparison with physical health. Being healthy involves actively doing certain things: exercising, eating right, taking care of yourself, visiting doctors. Doing all of these activities just is what makes you a healthy person. But health is something you have to actively pursue. If you stop doing all of these things, if you get off the treadmill and pick up a donut, you'll stop being healthy. Happiness works in much the same way. It comes about through the active pursuit of your aims, and it is the satisfaction you feel when you accomplish something that is important to you, like graduating. Speaking of graduating, I'd like to talk a little bit about my experience serving as Brandon's faculty mentor. So first, I have to make a confession. Prior to meeting Brandon, I didn't really know much about the CUNY BA program. I got to know Brandon in the spring of 2021 when he enrolled in a course I was teaching, a seminar on the problems of philosophy that focused on successful lives. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, the course met entirely online, and I taught it in an asynchronous format, so I really didn't get to interact much with my students. But I can tell you, even online, the good students always stand out, and this was certainly the case with Brandon. I was immediately impressed with the quality of his work and the sophistication of his thinking. So I was very happy when he requested an online meeting, and that's how we really got to know each other. For those of you familiar with philosophy, Brandon was like the platonic ideal of a philosophy student: intellectually curious, very thoughtful, always hardworking. So when he expressed an interest in adding moral philosophy to his CUNY BA major and asked if I would serve as his mentor, I happily accepted. Working with Brandon over the past 2 years has been an extremely rewarding experience for me. I hope for him too. And I've really enjoyed being a mentor, much more than I would have thought. This experience taught me to really appreciate the flexibility afforded by the CUNY BA program, which enables students to really tailor their major to their own interests. And in our case, it included doing several independent studies where we were able to delve deep into material that we really didn't cover in our normal courses. Being a mentor was a lot of fun. A lot of the work dovetailed nicely with my own research, but even when it didn't, it was interesting to learn about these topics together. I think that's another benefit of the CUNY BA program. There's something to be gained by both mentor and mentee. And I can tell you, I'd happily serve as a mentor again. And I can't believe it's been 2 years already and Brandon is graduating. I am a bit sad to see him go, but I'm also really happy for him and for all of you. So you're here today, transitioning from one phase of your lives to the next. And I'm sure it hasn't been easy to get here. You've probably faced plenty of challenges and adversities along the way, not to mention living through a global pandemic. But you didn't give up. You continue to follow your passion. You kept working hard, and that's why you're here today. So my last bit of advice is to be ready for more challenges. The road to success is never straight, and you will inevitably face many more bumps along the road. Pursuing your goals is the key to achieving long-term happiness, but be ready for more ups and downs, and realize that it is how you handle these adversities that really matters. There's no easy way to accomplish great things. Achieving your goals will always involve a certain amount of sacrifice, hardship, and struggle. But try your best to enjoy the journey, for that is your path to both happiness and success in life.
Thank you, Dr. Petrano. Next, our student speaker, Brandon Grayson Kim, was chosen to represent the graduates of 2023. Brandon is a proud graduate from CUNYBA with a Bachelor of Arts in Moral Philosophy and Axiological Futurism. During his time at CUNY, Brandon served 3 executive terms on the executive board of the CUNYBA Student Leadership Council, the SLC, most recently as chairman and executive officer. In this role, Brandon directly oversaw the launch of the CUNYBA Campus Ambassadors Program across 10 CUNY colleges and schools. Under his leadership, both the council and the program received widespread recognition from the university and beyond. He has pushed fellow SLC members and the program to be better. A Thomas W. Smith Fellow, Brandon frequently contributed to the laureate, volunteered as an ambassador for the Office of Admissions, and served as a peer mentor. Brandon also served 2 terms as student delegate on our university committee, our governance group. Brandon will be joining the New York office of PwC Consulting as an associate in the strategy, risk, and compliance consulting practice after turning 3 other jobs down as well in management consulting. Yes, you can clap to that. That's really incredible. And I have to say, in my over 30 years of working with student leaders, I have never worked with such an effective, wise, hardworking student leader. And if I had to have some criticism of him, it would be, I worry that he never sleeps. Please welcome student speaker, Brandon Grayson Kim.
Good morning. If any of my jokes fall flat today, you may blame Descartes. I think they're funny, therefore I am entertained. So let's begin. The funny thing about life is that you can plan out every detail and map out every step, and life will still find a way to make you question why you even started trying in the first place. And here I am, a wide-eyed 22-year-old philosophy graduate, about to impart my wisdom in front of a room of infinitely more distinguished and highly accomplished individuals than myself. It's a bit like asking a preschooler to lecture on quantum mechanics, or in this case, asking a freshly minted philosopher to explain the meaning of life. You admire the enthusiasm, but you question the expertise. Life is like a game of hide and seek, and just when you think you found the meaning of it all, you realize you were only chasing after your own shadow. But this is the beauty of life, isn't it? I like to believe that my life's journey was mapped out long before I was even a thought in the universe, an idea that echoes the Korean custom of Torjanchi, a celebration held to commemorate a child's first birthday and the promising future that lies ahead of them. At the heart of the celebration is a ceremony known as Torjabi. During this ceremony, various objects are placed in front of the child, each symbolizing a different profession or virtue. So, for example, if a child reaches for a book, they are destined to be an academic. If they grab a bowl of rice, it is said that they will live a life of abundance. If they grab cash, they are destined to be rich. And if they grab a stethoscope, well, their parents will boast about their soon-to-be doctor to quite literally everyone they know. At my own Torjabi, I grabbed a computer mouse, which means I should be some kind of tech genius, or at the very least graduating today with a degree in computer science. But as fate would have it, I stand here only qualified to question the sentience of computing machines and the mysterious ways of the universe that have led me to this very moment. Is it destiny that has brought me this far, or is it the forces of chance and circumstance resulting from my own free will? As children, we're often asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? This question seems innocent enough, but it carries with it the weight of expectation and the uncertainty of the future. In preparation for this address, I went through some of my old photo albums and scrapbooks, each of them stuffed with poorly drawn artwork and awkwardly posed pictures that showcased my childhood dreams and aspirations. In the first grade, I wanted to be a scientist, specifically a chemist. This was, of course, before I learned that scientists need to abide by a systematic process of experimentation known as the scientific method. By the third grade, my fascination with the stars and the universe led me to envision a future in outer space. This too was short-lived, as I realized my fear of roller coasters combined with my chronic motion sickness would make the journey to space quite a challenge. As I entered the 5th grade, my aspiration shifted once again. This time, I pictured myself as the CEO of Disney, overseeing its parks, movies, and shows. In my mind, the responsibilities of CEO were limited to spending all day and every day at the parks, watching movies and shows, and deciding which new attractions to build. And in the 7th grade, I was captivated by the idea of traveling the world, and from there on dreamed of becoming a commercial pilot. Until just a few years later, in the 9th grade, my passion for the performing arts took center stage as I envisioned myself living the life of an actor on Broadway. This dream took me so far as to move 3,000 miles away from home to train at one of Britain's leading acting conservatories, only to find out that my acting skills were more suited for community theater than a Broadway stage. Fast forward to March of 2020, and I, like everybody else, was forced to reevaluate my priorities and aspirations. Without so much as a plan to get back home, I dropped out of acting school and decided that on the other side of this pandemic, I would finally get my life together. So, at the recommendation of my mother, I enrolled at the City University of New York. There I was, presented with over 2,800 degree programs, everything from business to political science, mathematics, and even horticultural studies. What did I do? I chose to pursue a degree in moral philosophy. In retrospect, my seemingly unrelated passions were, in fact, all connected by a common thread: the pursuit of knowledge and a love of wisdom. Whether it was understanding the world around me, the secrets of the universe, the inner workings of a corporation, or the depths of human emotion and expression, I sought to understand the world and my place in it. In this regard, while I just so happened to stumble into the academic endeavor that is philosophy, I've come to realize that philosophy is much more. It is a way of life. Philosophy teaches us to question our beliefs and challenge our assumptions. It encourages us to be humble in the face of uncertainty and embrace the power of curiosity. And it illuminates the path to living purposefully and meaningfully. To live philosophically is to engage with the world mindfully and deliberately, to find solace in the unknown, and to cherish the beauty of the human experience. I feel as though I should have some grand conclusion to share with you all today, some life-changing epiphany that will guide you on your own journey. But the truth is, life is an ever-evolving process, one where change is the only constant. And perhaps that, in and of itself, is the grand lesson. That being the only thing guaranteed in life are death, taxes, and change. Much like the tradition of Torjabi, we will be faced with many decisions over the course of our lifetime, each one an opportunity to shape our future. For every seemingly predetermined milestone or achievement, there are countless detours waiting to happen. Each new experience, each new challenge we face has the potential to reshape our dreams and aspirations. And that is the beauty of life. The endless possibilities that await us at every turn and the power we hold to shape our own destiny. To those who are still asking themselves, what do I want to be when I grow up? Remember that it's never too late to discover your passions or change your path. Just as the child who reaches for an object during the Torjabi ceremony embarks on a journey to uncover their purpose, we too have an opportunity to explore our passions, forge new paths, and create a future that is uniquely our own. For it is in the pursuit of our passions that we truly come alive. Finally, at each stage of your journey, I encourage you to think beyond your dreams and aspirations by asking yourself 3 questions. 1, what do I stand for? If you are sitting here as a degree candidate today, I know for a fact that you all stand for something, whether it's a drive to reach the top of the corporate ladder, a passion for storytelling, or a commitment to making a difference in the world. Each and every one of you has a unique story to tell. So embrace your individuality, remind yourself that no one really has life figured out, and always let it be your North Star that guides you. Number 2, who do I care for? Relationships are what makes life meaningful. As you continue on your path, never forget to prioritize the people you care about and surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who encourage you to be your best self. Because at the end of the day, relationships are the foundation upon which our happiness and success are built. And number 3, what is the legacy I want to leave behind? In time, you will experience both pleasure and heartbreak, moments of profound joy and crushing despair, the heights of accomplishment and the depths of disillusionment. Each of these experiences, your daily actions, decisions, and interactions will contribute to the person you become and the legacy you leave behind. So, class of 2023, here's to living Vive Vivas, or translated to live life to the fullest, and many congratulations. Thank you.
We have a little surprise for you, Brandon. Don't sit down. Hi. Before you sit down, the CUNY BA program would like to present Brandon with a special award. I was gonna not cry, I really wasn't. The 2023 Legacy Laureate Award. The award reads, the Legacy Laureate Award is presented to Brandon Grayson Kim for his leadership, vision, and tremendous work ethic in the Student Leadership Council and beyond. Presented with gratitude by the CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies, he is truly one of a kind. Essie Sui Generis. Congratulations. All right. With that, we are now delighted to move on to our alumni portion of your celebration. I'd first like to recognize and thank Kelly Giles, who you met earlier today, who graduated from the program in 2014. She came back just to help us celebrate. She was a Thomas W. Smith Fellow, and we'll be reading all of your names for the graduates shortly. At CUNY BA, Kelly created 2 areas of concentrations, gender and urban sociology. Kelly is currently a sociology PhD candidate at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Another doctor in the house. For our alumni speaker, please welcome CUNY BA alumnus, class of 2011, Dr. Michael Haddam. Dr. Haddam was a Thomas W. Smith Fellow with an area of concentration focused on the history of early America. He received his PhD in history from Yale University in 2017. He's the author of Past and Prologue, Politics and Memory in the American Revolution, which came out in 2020, and a forthcoming book, The Memory of 76, The Revolution in American History. Check it out in 2024. He has taught history and American studies at Knox College and the New School, and currently serves as Associate Director of the Yale New Haven Teachers Institute. His research has been supported by such institutions as the New York Historical Society, the American Philosophical Society, Massachusetts Historical Society, and others. His work has been featured multiple times in the New York Times and Time Magazine. We cannot be more proud or pleased to welcome our keynote speaker today, CUNY Baccalaureate alumnus, Dr. Michael Haddam.
Greetings to the 2023 CUNY BA graduating class, friends and family, faculty mentors, CUNY administrators, CUNY BA staff, and Mr. Thomas Smith, of course. On behalf of the alumni, I've been asked to say a little bit about my experience in the CUNY BA program and how it was really formative in my life. I began my educational journey at the Borough of Manhattan Community College as a 32-year-old student with a very young family and only a GED, but with a dream of getting to do a PhD in early American history. I was admitted to the CUNY BA program the summer after my first year at BMCC. And as an older student from a very atypical background and being very introverted, I found it hard at first to participate in class, to approach faculty and to interact with the CUNY bureaucracy. But the CUNY BA program required me to find a faculty mentor. And so I worked up the nerve to ask Ted Burroughs, who was a Pulitzer Prize winning historian of early America at Brooklyn College. And to be taken seriously by a faculty member like him was absolutely transformative for me. And I never would have done that had the CUNY BA program not pushed me to do it, but also offered a framework for that relationship. Ted was not just a renowned scholar, he was remarkably kind and generous and down to earth. And we remained in constant contact even after I graduated until he unfortunately passed away a few years ago. I still miss him. And my second book, which is a history of how Americans have fought over the meaning and legacy of the American Revolution for nearly 250 years, which comes out next year, is dedicated to him. In addition to my faculty mentor, the small and friendly staff at the CUNY BA program really made dealing with the seemingly endless web of CUNY red tape much easier. I knew that whenever issues arose with the financial aid office or the registrar at one of the many CUNY colleges that I took classes at, there was always someone at the CUNY BA program to help me. And at the start of my third year, I was one of the 24 students awarded the Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship. And for a non-traditional student with 2 young children who living in city housing, the funding provided by the Smith Fellowship really helped ease some of the financial stress that made pursuing my degree that much harder. And the immense generosity of Mr. Smith through his longtime support for the CUNY BA program helped me and so many other students finish our degrees much faster than we might have otherwise without such crucial support and funding. And I can't thank him enough, because over the next 2 years, I was able to focus on my work enough that I was ultimately admitted to the PhD program in history at Yale University. The CUNY BA experience also helped prepare me for graduate school in 2 key ways. First, I made my area of concentration the history of early America. So I was able to take more classes on the specific period and place that I was interested in than I would have if I'd had to follow standard history department requirements. This meant that by the time I got to grad school, I had much more experience and knowledge in my specific field than other grad students entering to study the same field. And second, the CUNY BA program allowed me to take classes at schools throughout the CUNY system. And in the end, I ended up taking classes at 8 different CUNY colleges. This was especially important because CUNY had a few prominent faculty that in early American history that were spread throughout the system. And so I was not able to take classes not only with Ted at Brooklyn, but also with these other faculty. And I was super fortunate that very quickly they developed a real interest in wanting to help me. And I spent so much time with them through class and office hours that we got to know each other well and developed really meaningful and important relationships. And so I started at BMCC with the hopes of getting to do some kind of graduate work at some kind of graduate school. But when it came time to apply, they told me to apply to all of the best programs. And I didn't really think that I had much of a chance, but they did. And there's a real sort of power and confidence that can come when other people believe in us, and especially when they believe in us maybe more than we believe in ourselves. So when I got my acceptance to the PhD program, they were the first people I told after my family. And those conversations are among my most precious memories. And these were some of the most formative relationships that I've had in my entire life, and I never would have had them without the CUNY BA program. If there's an overarching theme to my remarks today and to others' remarks, I think it all comes down to the idea of support. Being part of the CUNY BA program offered me so much more support than most regular CUNY students. And as someone from a non-traditional background, it really made all the difference. I tried to carry that ethos of support that I learned from Ted and from my other faculty mentors and from the CUNY BA staff into my own teaching and advising of undergraduate students after grad school, and now in my current work supporting K-12 teachers. And that is a good example of how the CUNY BA program not only prepares you in your specific area of concentration, but also for your broader professional life. No matter what twists and turns life may take from this point forward, your CUNY BA experience is something that you will always be able to draw. But I think it also bequeaths to us CUNY BA alumni a responsibility. We know more than most that talent and even hard work alone are not necessarily enough to succeed. Sometimes you need a helping hand to have the chance to more fully realize your talent or make it possible to work harder on the things that matter most to you. And so I would say that as CUNY BA alumni, it is our responsibility to always be willing to pay forward the kind of support that we have received here to others. And I look upon this graduating class here with real admiration because I know what it means to be a CUNY student. We're not handed anything. In addition to our studies, we have jobs, children, parents, family members to take care of, and countless other challenges and obstacles. But we persevere in trying to make the most of those opportunities, and that goes even more so for CUNY BA students. So I want to close by saying thanks to the CUNY BA staff for all they have done for all of us. My thanks to Mr. Smith for his continued support and the immeasurable impact he's had on so many CUNY BA students throughout the years. And then finally, I want to offer my most heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for the future to all of this year's graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Haddam. And now I'd like to invite Kimberly White, CUNY BA alumna of 2014, to present 2023 Commencement Awards. But first, a little bit about Kimberly. I was fortunate enough to be Kimberly's honors advisor, meeting her during her first year at Baruch, and she always had a professorial bent. I'll never forget one day she had a giant book under her arm, and I said, "Oh, wow, Kimberly, in what class are you reading Bell Hooks?" And she's like, "Oh, this is just my fun reading." Her book recommendations were always outstanding. It has been a delight for me and for the CUNY BA program to cheer her on when she went to law school at Berkeley. And from there, when she went on to have her choice of Ivy League schools for her doctorate. She is currently all but dissertation at Penn University of Pennsylvania in history. Please welcome Kimberly White, class of 2014.
Hi, good morning. Please forgive me if I mispronounce anyone's name. I apologize in advance. Thank you so much, Jody, for that generous introduction. It is my pleasure to officially welcome you to alumni status of the CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies. You now join the over 8,000 graduates of CUNY BA. This network includes artists such as writers, dancers, filmmakers, multiple Tony Award winners, and New York Times bestselling authors, members of healthcare and government, such as doctors, researchers, public health advocates, working at New York City Department of Health, Foreign Service, and US Department of State. There are also alumni working in business and nonprofits, as well as entrepreneurs, for example, at Apple, Google, Disney, International Rescue Committee, founders of Burlap and Barrel, which you may have seen on Shark Tank, and you join alumni in education, such as faculty and others who have gone on to doctoral programs at Yale, Penn, Brown, Harvard Law, and the University of Cambridge. In fact, we have CUNY BA alumni who came back to CUNY as faculty and now mentor CUNY BA students. I know that for me, when I was in the CUNY BA program, I was really fortunate to have support of people like Dr. Jody Clark-Weissman and Nancy Aries, as well as Professor Valerie Watnick at Baruch, who served as my faculty mentor. And I also strayed, so meander with your education. So welcome to the alumni community. In your new role, you are welcome to come back to mentor a student. In fact, we require it. Speak at a workshop or join a formal alumni leadership group that is in development. Congratulations, class of 2023. It is also my pleasure to present alumni awards. The Alumni Fund Award recognizes outstanding academic, professional, and personal accomplishments of CUNY BA students. The first Alumni Fund Award goes to Christina Goller. Christina studied urban economy policy with a profound interest in sustainable development policy. She has explored urbanism, politics, and economics. She is a Thomas W. Smith Fellow. Christina will be attending Carnegie Mellon University Heinz College for a Master of Science in Public Policy and Management. Wow. Christina, please join us on stage. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to call Coco Lim to the stage. Coco focused on scientific inquiry and created a dual concentration in biochemistry and media arts in the sciences. Coco combines her interest in the arts to convey scientific information. She presented her genetic research on muscle structures of fruit flies at the recent CUNY BA Student Showcase and is a Thomas W. Smith Fellow. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to call Angelina Medina to join us on stage. Angelina created a concentration in art history and arts administration and a second area of concentration in Spanish and French language studies. Wow. Angelina was recently promoted to gallery assistant at Hutchinson Modern and Contemporary, an art gallery dedicated to modern and contemporary art of the Americas. She has also interned at Met Museum of Art and 2 Smithsonian museums. She was a Fulbright Canada MITEX Global Link Research Fellow and will attend the Institute of Fine Arts at NYU with a full scholarship. She is also a Thomas W. Smith Fellow. Congratulations. And last but not least, the final Alumni Fund Award goes to Ella Morton. Ella created an area of concentration focused on examining the relationship between people, the objects we create, and the way we expand spatially, titled Material Culture. Ella is part of the Master of Arts in Liberal Arts pipeline at the Graduate Center, taking graduate level courses while in CUNY BA. Ella co-wrote the Atlas Obscura book, a New York Times bestseller. She is a Thomas W. Smith Fellow. Congratulations. They're impressive. The next award is the Leslie F. Hughes Health Science Award. In honor of her friend, CUNY BA alumna Dr. Stacy Simmons has made this award possible for a graduate who has completed an area of concentration in the health sciences and will continue in the health sciences in either graduate school or in their career. This year's Leslie F. Hughes Health Sciences Award goes to Jocelyn Raja Bailey. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Urban Health Geography, Jocelyn focuses on studying health disparities and uses systems such as GIS and SPSS to analyze data and explore social, economic, and environmental determinants of health. Jocelyn has worked with the CUNY Institute for Health Equity, and her work with faculty members there is currently under review with the journal Health Equity. She has also volunteered with Brooklyn Community Board 4 and 14 and is applying to Master of Public Health Programs. Congratulations. And congratulations to all the Alumni Award Fund recipients. What an impressive group. Another round of applause.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you to all our alumni participants, Dr. Michael Haddam, Kimberly White, and Kelly Giles, all of whom are Smith Fellows. I also want to thank our incredible donors who not only empower students by giving them the resources so that they have time to invest in their education, like Dr. Haddam mentioned, but also that precious endorsement, that priceless vote of confidence that says, I believe in you, I value you. We'd like to take this moment to reflect on the impact of our most longstanding, most prestigious award, the Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship. We are fortunate to have Mr. Smith joining us here today. To reflect on the meaning of Mr. Smith's support, I'd like to invite Dr. Haddam, class of 2011, back to the podium.
The Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship has had a profound impact on CUNY BA students and the lives of New Yorkers. Since 1994, Mr. Thomas W. Smith has supported 1,062 CUNY BA students, to be exact. And the amazing part of this fellowship is that it is not a one-time award. Smith Fellows receive the award each semester until the end of their fourth year. Mr. Smith has said many times that this is the best investment he has ever made. And I think given the incredible Smith Fellows alumni and the remarkable Smith Fellows graduating today, we can all agree. When I was named a Smith Fellow nearly 15 years ago, we each received a square piece of glass with a penny in it, with a message about how a few pennies compounded each day can quickly turn into a large sum. Well, Mr. Smith's investment in fellows has similarly compounded. Like a ripple in the water, the funds provided by the Smith Fellowship have not only affected the lives of the individual fellows, but also in many cases their families and their communities. The total number of people whose lives were deeply impacted by his fellowship reaches into the thousands and will continue to grow. And it's no exaggeration to say that. Therefore, the effects of his contribution to the CUNY BA program will continue to resonate positive change in the world for a long, long time to come. And that is a legacy we should all aspire to. On behalf of the CUNY BA program and my fellow alumni, we offer a very heartfelt thank you for his steadfast support in helping to change the lives of so many CUNY students and future generations. And in recognition of that gratitude, we would like to recognize Mr. Thomas W. Smith as an honorary alumnus of the CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies. Our congratulations and profound thanks, Mr. Smith. Congratulations to all of our Alumni Fund Award winners too.
Next, I'd like to invite to the podium Grad Center Provost Steve Everett, who will offer remarks to our graduating class. Provost and Senior Vice President Everett holds multiple graduate degrees, has composed an opera, and is himself an interdisciplinarian. Among his recent projects, he collaborated on a study of the impact of sound and ultrasound on epilepsy. Provost Everett.
Thank you, Jody. It's great to see everybody. It's amazing to hear the stories of our alumni and all the things that are going on. It's just every year, I'm just amazed at this. You know, we're here to applaud the exceptional achievements and witness the sort of the success of your creativity, your intellect, and your slightly rebellious spirit, I think, comes through in a lot of this. I really appreciate the sheer audacity of you creating your own degree plans. Who needs a traditional cookie cutter education after all, when you can be the master of your own academic destiny? I love hearing the incredible stories of our alumni, particularly one of Ella Morton, whose Atlas Obscura, An Explorer's Guide to the World's Hidden Wonders. You should all go read that book if you haven't. It'll change the way you look at the world and what a strange place we live in. Her book really talks about it extensively. Thank you all. In some ways, as Jody mentioned, my career started out, I was a math major wanting to be an engineer. I found myself coming home in college doing 8 hours of music and 10 minutes of calculus every day. So I changed my major to music, much to my dismay of my parents. But, you know, through the course of my career, after a bachelor, 2 masters, and a doctorate in composition, the last few years, I've been working on a project, working on epilepsy to see whether there's any impact of sound and music on epilepsy. We did discover some things. I was working with some postdocs in a rat lab where we were working with the rats that had epilepsy and so forth. So I was able to finally tell my parents that I know they were upset when I changed my major to music, but I really made the big time. I'm composing for rats now. So you too can have a great career composing for rats with a CUNY BA. So, you know, as you step into the next chapter of your lives, you've really proven that you can take the road less traveled and actually get to the finish line. I implore you to keep traveling that same road throughout your life, even if it means getting lost a few times along the way like I did. I want to recognize the incredible diversity of this class. Some of you will be future writers, scientists, activists, artists. Some of you are destined to become the next Shakespeare, while others may find novel therapies for new or degenerative diseases. Because you're CUNY BA students, you probably will be doing both and be CEO of Disney at the same time. But perhaps one factor that distinguishes the CUNY BA from, I think, a lot of the other U.S. programs who have this program is the solidarity that you have with the CUNY community around denouncing systemic racism, social economic divide that persists in our nation today. For many of you in the CUNY BA, you've accepted the responsibility to confront these issues head on and to work tirelessly towards a more equitable and tolerant future. I applaud you for your willingness to continue working on this, which is perhaps one of the most important issues of our time today. I think CUNY BA was formed around these principles, and you can still see it today in many of the graduates. As you embark on the next chapter of your lives, remember that you are not alone. The CUNY community that you've been part of will always be there for you. The mentors, the staff, the faculty, all of us at the Graduate Center will always be partners with you along this unusual journey that you're going to be undertaking. I want to take a moment to acknowledge all the faculty mentors and advisors who've been sort of the true masters of the academic universe. They've been your Yodas, guiding you to the educational goals. I want to thank all of the faculty who've really committed their time. We've heard some already of just how empowering it is for them to actually have a chance to work with you. I also want to acknowledge, again, the unwavering support of your family, friends, loved ones, who have tirelessly cheered on you and endured countless explanations of your interdisciplinary degree plans, even when they had no idea still what you were studying. So congratulations to all of you graduates. You have defied the norms. You've clearly embarked on a path less traveled. So graduates, stay on that path you've created and keep conquering. We're depending on you. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, class of 2023, are you ready? All right. Now is the moment you've been waiting for. I now invite our Marshal, Professor Margaret Carroll, and President Garrell back to the podium. Class of 2023, you entrepreneurial innovators, world changers, congratulations. When you walk across the stage, we're going to give you a symbolic diploma with instructions for your next steps, and you'll get your picture taken, and you'll be congratulated by President Garrell, Provost Everett, and Dean Peterson, along with me and the academic advisors. If you don't want to shake hands, that's fine. We're not going to be offended. A fist bump, an air high five, a head nod, an elbow bump, whatever you want will suffice. So we are here to celebrate you. So we encourage you to applaud, to cheer, make as much noise as you want. Take pictures and share them on social media. I believe we have some social media tags in the program. So Professor Carroll and President Garrell, I turn it over to you now for the presentation of candidates for their degrees.
Yes, the moment that we all have been waiting for, and my great pleasure to present the candidates for their degrees. President Garrell, at this commencement, we recognize 17 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and 29 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. These candidates have completed the requirements for their respective degrees and have been recommended for the degrees by their faculty mentors and by the faculty members of the University Committee on the CUNY Baccalaureate for Unique and Interdisciplinary Studies. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science please stand? President Correll, by the authority delegated to you by the Board of Trustees, I request that you confer upon these deserving candidates the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
Are you ready? By the authority that the Regents of the State of New York and the Board of Trustees have vested in me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, thereby granting you all the rights and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated as we bring the graduates to the stage entrance row by row. Kelly Giles will introduce each graduate who will come forward to receive a symbolic diploma. Kelly will read each graduate's name, their area of concentration, and if applicable, a selection of awards won by the graduate. We ask that each graduate please wait and enjoy your introduction until Kelly is finished reading each of your accomplishments before you set out to cross that stage.
Hey, y'all. So I am also going to apologize in advance if I mispronounce anyone's name, but I am going to do my due diligence to make sure I say them correctly. All right, 2023, y'all ready? Yeah. All right, candidates for the Bachelor's of Arts degree for January 2023. We have Emmanuel R. Contreras. All right. And this fabulous human being majored in digital game narrative, cum laude, Barbara Price Fellowship, and on the Dean's List. Okay. We have the fabulous Victor Pruniger, and his areas of concentration are cognitive psychology and philosophy of mind and English. His awards are summa cum laude, Dean's List, and the Ann Duncan Sumpson Memorial Fund. Candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree for January 2023. We have Sumi Ahmad. Her areas of concentration are environmental geography. Now listen to the list, y'all. Magna cum laude, Dean's List, Barbara Price Fellowship, the Ann Duncan Sumpson Memorial Fund, and a Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellow. All right, we have Lucas on Arnold. The areas of concentration are critical race studies, and the awards are Dean Certificate for Academic Excellence, Dean's List, the Francis S. Patai Prize, City College Center for Worker Education Divisional Community on Inclusive Excellence Prize. Oh. All right. Yasmin Miriam Haddad, The area of concentration is applied physics acoustics, and the awards are magna cum laude and dean's list. Congratulations, honey. Okay, we have Jocelyn Rajabali. Bali, I apologize. Jocelyn Rajabali. The area of concentration is urban health geography. She is cum laude and on the dean's list. Here you go. Congratulations. We have Sarah Restrepo. The area of concentration is animation and graphic design. The awards are summa cum laude, Dean's List, and Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship. Congratulations. You're welcome. We have Wanmei Zhu. The area of concentration is human resource management, magna cum laude, and dean's list. Congratulations. All right. These are the candidates for the Bachelor's of Arts degree for June 2023. We have Mark Allman. The area of concentration is game design and development. This number one, magna cum laude, Dean's List, best game mechanic by the Esports and Game Design Collective. Number one. Congratulations. This is the songstress. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, but you did so good. I had the record. So we have Rolanda E. Brown. Her area of concentration is theater studies. She's the dean. She's on the Dean Certificate for Academic Excellence, the Dean's List, and Barbara Price Fellowship. Congratulations. Okay, now we have Kara Cosentino Marino. All right. Didn't want to mess it up. And the area of concentration is writing and digital content. Y'all right. Congratulations, working mom. All right. This is Brandon Grayson Kemp. The area of concentration is moral philosophy. And what is this? Axiological futurism. You see how you got to ask when you don't know, people. You got to. Summa cum laude, Dean's List, and Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship. Congratulations. Okay. We have the fabulous Angelina Medina. The areas of concentration are art history and arts administration, Spanish and French language studies, as well as summa cum laude, Dean's List, Barbara Price Fellowship, Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship, Macaulay Honors College, Fulbright Canada MyTex Global Link Fellow, and we'll close with the Horace W. Goldsmith Scholar. Congratulations. Okay. We have Anthony Melendez, I apologize. Anthony Melendez. His areas of concentration are narrative design. It's on the Dean's List and the Dean Certificate for Academic Excellence. Congratulations. We have Ella Morton. Area of concentration is material culture. Here we have Dean's Certificate for Academic Excellence, Dean's List, and Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship.
Congratulations.
Okay, we have Jacob Matthew Matis Sheffett. The area of concentration is contemporary art history and practices, and he's on the Dean's List.
Congratulations. You're welcome.
We have Wally Ula. His area of concentration is political behavior and analysis. We have cum laude and Dean's List.
Congratulations.
We have Bree Underwood. Area of concentration is performance and social media marketing, summa cum laude, Dean's List, and Macaulay Honors College.
Congratulations.
We have Teresa Von Vu. Okay. Art and advocacy, living in Asia, America is the area of concentration, and magna cum laude.
Congratulations.
All right. Now we have candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree for June 2023. We have Hila Esther Ben Shatreet. Her area of concentration is technology management and cum laude.
Congratulations.
All right. We have Jerlene Dale. The area of concentration is interdisciplinary social sciences, social behavior, and culture. Cum laude, Dean's List, the Memorial Scholarship for students in social work, human service, health, or education.
Congratulations. You're welcome.
We have Saul A. Deutsch. The area of communication is medicine and the law. Saul is summa cum laude, Dean's List, Barbara Price Fellowship, and a Macaulay Honors College student.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Okay. Omina Abdelazim El Sheikh. All right. Computers, AI, and the brain is your area of concentration, and software development and mathematics. Congratulations. And I said it right.
You're welcome.
All right, we have Richard Garcia. Area of concentration is graphic fine arts, cum laude, and Dean's List.
Congratulations.
We have Christina M. Goler. Area of concentration is urban economic policy, summa cum laude, Dean's List, Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship.
Congratulations. You're welcome.
We have Alana C. Cronin. Area of concentration is digital and multimedia design, summa cum laude, Dean's List, and Macaulay Honor College.
Congratulations.
Right. Christina Mary Eloise Marks. All right. And your area of concentration is dramaturgy? Okay. History and philosophy of art. You are summa cum laude, Dean's List, and Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship. And got a bundle? Can I take you? We have Ashley Mushi, the area of concentration. Missy, I apologize. Ashley Missy, area concentration is business and technology management. Cum laude, Barbara Price Fellowship, Jenny Hunter Scholar, and Joseph Tabor Scholarship Award. Excellent. Congratulations. We have Lawrence Ephraim, I apologize, Lawrence Ephraim Neves. The areas of concentration are psychology and social justice. Congratulations. Thank you. All right. We have Ken Park, area of concentration is game design, cum laude, and Dean's List. Congratulations. We have Niamza Chosai. The area of concentration is healthcare systems and policy, summa cum laude, and Dean's List. Congratulations. Thank you so much. We have Nafua Rahman. The area of concentration is computer science and philosophy. Cum laude, Dean's List, Barbara Price Fellowship, Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship, and Civic Digital Fellow with Coding It Forward. Congratulations. We have Taquaya Sumter. Area of concentration is urban environments. Barbara Price Fellowship, Certificate of Recognition from Senator Cordell Clear. Congratulations. We have Saida S. Tabasum. Okay. Area of concentration is computer science and society. Summa cum laude, Dean's List, Barbara Price Fellowship, Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship, and Macaulay Honors College. Congratulations. We have Aiden T. Walsh. The areas of concentration are counseling and forensic psychology, magna cum laude, Dean's List, and Barbara Price Fellowship. We have Tomas Virtue. The areas of concentration are game, art, and animation, magna cum laude, Dean's List, Barbara Price Fellowship, and Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship. Congratulations. We have Iraj Zia. Area of the concentration is fraud examination and financial forensics and public administration. Magna cum laude, Dean's List, Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship, and Macaulay Honors College. Congratulations. Welcome. Now we have the candidates for the Bachelor's of Arts degree, September 23. Miss Eunice R. Gant with the area of concentration of media journalism. Congratulations, Miss Williams. You're welcome, baby. Did a little dance. Thank you. Edith L. Hughes, everyone. The area of concentration is dimensions of loss and death, summa cum laude, Dean's List, the Barbara Price Fellowship, the Memorial Scholarship for Students in Social Work, Human Services, Health, or Education, and the Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship. Congratulations. All right. So we have the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree for 2023. All right. We have Zobia Jamal. The areas of concentration is behavioral sciences and health and medicine. Cum laude, cum laude, the Memorial Scholarship for Students in Social Work, Human Services, Health, or Education, the Ann Duncan Soman Memorial Fund, Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship, and Macaulay Honors College. Congratulations. All right. We have Coco Y. Lim. The areas of concentration is biochemistry and media arts and the sciences. Summa cum laude, Dean's List, the Memorial Scholarship for Students in Social Work, Human Services, Health, or Education, Barbara Price Fellowship, Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship, Macaulay Honors College, Peter F. Vallone Scholar. Congratulations. Walk slow. All right. Last but definitely not least, everyone, we have Leanna R. Santana. And the areas of concentration is user experience and interaction design and technology, magna cum laude, Dean's List, Barbara Price Fellowship, the Ann Duncan Soman Memorial Fund, Thomas W. Smith Academic Fellowship, and Boss Beauties Foundation Scholarship. Congratulations. Okay. Did I do okay? All right. Want to make sure.
Congratulations. I would now like to welcome to the stage Dean Brian Peterson.
How you feeling? Good. How you feeling? There you go. Oh, okay. I'm going back there. I'll be right back.
Sorry, I was so concentrated on giving out scroll. I'd like to welcome Dr. Carol back up.
Thank you. Well, what did I say before about CUNYBA students being the most talented undergraduates in the CUNY-wide system? Now you are the most talented graduates of the CUNYBA and the CUNY-wide system. Congratulations. Okay, I'm going to ask now all the recipients of the bachelor's degree for September 2022, January 2023, June 2023, and September 2023 to please stand. As per yet another commencement tradition, graduates, you may now move your tassels from right to left, and congratulations. So very proud of you, and you now may be seated. Graduates, we now have a profound connection with each other that can never be broken. You are irrevocably and forever bound as alumni of this CUNY BA program. We truly see all of you as family and are tremendously proud of your accomplishments and continued successes. As such, we urge you to stay in touch with the CUNY BA system, okay? And always remember that you are an alumni, and as was said before, it's important to give back. So please always be an excellent alumni of the CUNY BA system and stay in touch with us. And please let us know what's going on with all your successes as you go forward. I now invite Dean Brian Peterson, who oversees the CUNY BA, to the podium for the closing remarks.
All right, we had the rehearsal. Ready? How you doing? All right. Well, you guys, congratulations. Your shoulders, I've never seen so many graduates with so many cords and stoles, and your shoulders must be a little heavy, soon to be lighter, but congratulations. Family and friends, thank you for being here today, but more importantly, thank you for standing by your graduate, for supporting them, for loving them, and encouraging them on this journey, which will just be of one that you will be doing so over the course of your lifetimes. So thank you for being here. To the CUNY BA staff and faculty mentors, can we give it up one more time for the amazing? Okay, just a couple more things, and then we're gonna go out and party in the back, okay? We're really honored today to have Thomas Smith with us. And we would like to get a photograph with all of the Thomas Smith Scholarship recipients today. So when we process out, if you are a Smith recipient, I'm going to be standing over here. If you will find your way to me, and please do not go out to the back because we'll lose you and then you'll lose the opportunity to be in a fabulous photo. So if you could come over and meet me here, we'll do a quick photo and then we'll get you with your families and friends. And when I conclude my remarks here, we'll have everybody stand. Provost Everett will lead the stage party off stage, and we will meet in the back. So I'm going to close the ceremony today. I'm just back to New York. I had the opportunity to go home and spend some time with family. And one of the things I like to do, and I like your notion of wandering, Jody, that resonates in this moment. I get to wander through my father's books and papers when I go home, and it's a way to be close and reconnect with him during those times. It doesn't happen very often. And I found a poem that resonated with today. Now, you guys are all doers and you all get it done, but it resonated for me with you, your unique and interdisciplinary journey that you've each had. And I think it's a reflection on the milestone in each of your lifelines, capturing the essence of the past, the present, and the future. The poem is by Edgar Guest, and it's called It Couldn't Be Done. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so until he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he hid it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it." But she took off her coat and she took off her hat. And the first thing we knew, she'd begun it. With a lift of her chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quit it, she started to sing as she tackled this thing that couldn't be done. And she did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in, with a bit of a CUNY BA grin, just take off your robe and go to it. Just start to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Your next things, big, bigger, biggest, go on, be brilliant, be bold. Congratulations.